Hey everyone, I'm going to work on a flag. This is a 15 by 30 canvas, and I taped out my square, and then I'm taping out my stripes. So as soon as I get my square paint in, it dries up a little bit, then I'll rip this paint off, or this stripe, and then I will continue on with my stripes. So what I'm using is True Blue by DecoArt, and I'm going to use True Red by DecoArt as well. And when I rip off the tape, it's just going to be white canvas. So I'm not using the white. I will use white for the stars. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to do a little bit of some multimedia. I'm going to use all kinds of cool little things, maybe some stencils even, and we'll see how it turns out. But just put your paint here on a plate, and let's get going. I have a 1-inch brush, flat brush. I love the flats. I'll go over this, and smooth everything out once I get my first layer on. And I may do 2 coats, I may not, kind of depends. When you put your tape down, make sure that you get it, run your fingernail along the edge and make sure that it's nice and completely sealed down so that the paint does not bleed underneath. So grab your sides as well. I see I've got some some tape that is covering, so I'll have to go over that once the tape's been removed. Alright, got your sides done. You want to keep your sides about the same color as the paint that you're working on the stripes, let's say. So you want to go all the way down the side and it'll be red, and then when you pull the tape off, it'll be white. Okay, kind of go over it. I start at the tape and then push my way out. So I hope everybody's doing well. This is a video. The internet out here is just a little bit spotty, so I'm guaranteed to get in a good video. So that's why I'm doing that. So I appreciate y'all popping in. You can check out the what we're going to be doing next. Here are the 2 colors that I'm using. True Red, True Blue by DecoArt. This guy here, our Country Chicken, we've got a paint party coming up on September 26th, starting at 6 p.m. at the Higher Ground Baptist Bible Camp. So bring a snack to share, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So we do have some other paint parties coming along, and normally I would take a blow dryer and do that, but we'll wait. This tape is going to be white, so might as well go ahead and get started on these reds. Get some of the stripes done while this blue is drying. So if you can let me know where you're watching from, drop what state. Feel free to drop your city if you want. So very, very exciting being able to get back doing in-person paint parties. Very excited. I'm going to use a second brush. Because I want to make sure that all the blue paint's out, but I want to take the time to do all that. All right. Start down here, do the sides. This is going to look pretty neat. Some of the things that we're going to use may surprise you, how we're going to be doing some decorations on here. Kind of shabby chic. wonderful, well-worn flag. I certainly love our flag, and what really blesses my heart is when I see my grandchildren down in Georgia who live on a military base. At 5 o'clock when they play that music, those boys are outside, hands on their heart, the entire time that's going on. And that's precious, the way that they're being raised. So yeah, this is a 15 by 30, like I said, and got hair. Oh my goodness, must be me, not the brush. I'm shedding. This is a wonderful size for a flag. I also thought about doing on top of this, once it's completely dry, is doing like a silhouette of soldiers standing on a hillside. So I will put a second coat on that, on the red. But meanwhile, we'll just go to the next one and give that one some time to dry a little bit. You don't want to paint on top of almost dry acrylic paint, because what can happen is you'll pull it right off the canvas, looks tacky, and you just have a mess to clean up and start over. But the nice thing about painting is that you can paint over any mistakes that you make, or anything that you think that is a mistake. And so yeah, doesn't have to take long. It's taking a little bit longer only because I, use the tape. So, but I wanted to get a lot of that done. Okay, now I want to show you what I used to make this where the stars are going to be at. I have a little sketchbook that it's part of the art supplies I give away in my junior church. When they say their Bible verse, they get art supplies. I do that for 10 weeks in the fall, starting in August. So anyway, so that's what I did. I just took this part right here, laid it down, and of course traced around it. And it was super simple. So you can use whatever you have, and that'll work. Okay, let me show you what we're going to use. This is fun. We're going to use, this is so much fun. My dad used to have this and just love it. Every time something would come in the mail, and he would absolutely drive my mother nuts. Popping it. So I know one year for Christmas, we all got together and just put a bunch of this in a box, bubble wrap, and all different sizes. And we wrapped it up and put it under the tree for my dad. And he had a blast. I think he was a little kid. But anyway, we're going to use this here. And we're going to I'm going to cut out part of it. And then we're going to put paint on it. And then we're just going to set it down like that. Just kind of periodically throughout. And it makes a really cool design. And then I've got some stencils that I might use as well. So we'll see. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this tape off. Okay. You can see it made us a nice little square. Okay. Very nice. I only need just the one coat. It's okay if we have some of the canvas showing. So, not a big deal. It's kind of all about that look, shabby chic look. Okay, let me see what I got. Get this washed out. A little tip, make sure that when you're washing your brushes out that you don't drag your wet brush across your canvas. That can cause problems. And another thing you can use is baby wipes. Anytime you make a little mess, you get to it really quick, especially in your clothing. You can get it off. So use baby wipes. That's always a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna step away real quick. We'll wash these up. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't forget to tell me where you're watching from. I'm in Sterling, Alaska, in a little cabin on the lake. Almost done. Woo. Okay. Back. Fresh water. All right. Okay, I'm thinking, you know what I see? I see a little hair. Where did he go? There he is. I'm going to have to go over that with, did I get the hair, I wonder? No, did not, of course. I think I got it. All right, back to the red. See, I'll go right over that. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what I am shedding. Crazy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this paint tape. Take it off. I can get to it. I put 2 layers. No, there we go. So I can make the stripes a little bigger. Perfect. It can be a little tricky and get paint on stuff if you're not careful. All right. Looks good. Okay. Another one off here. You don't want to leave paint on too long. Leave the tape, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying that. I keep saying paint for the tape. Okay. Lift, let it go. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. I'm going to leave this one on so I can have one to gauge. And we'll see how things are. I'm going to throw some stars in here. I've got star stencils. We're going to throw a little gold in there. We're going to throw some gold kind of throughout this, and we will see. You want to make sure that you have your white stripe just under the stars. That's the stripe color that's just under the stars. All right. We're going to use tools like this here and this here, these guys. I love these guys. We're going to put a little bit of paint on the sides, scrape them across the canvas, and it'll look pretty neat. You can kind of see that's what I did with this one here. Same idea. Scrape some black. We're not going to do that to the edges, but we're going to do it kind of throughout the flag. I did that to this one as well. Down at the bottom with the gray and some of the white, kind of just tossed it in there. Scraped it. Has a really cool look to it. Okay. We're going to do the bicycle. Life is a Beautiful Ride. We'll do that in a paint party, maybe possibly in the spring. That will be an in-person paint party. And then I've got some other things. I'll show you a couple other things we're going to have coming up. We're going to do one of each. You're basically going to get to choose which one you want. You want the moose or if you want the bear. Okay. And I was inspired by my shower curtain, and I just did my backgrounds, threw my moose and my bear on there as a silhouette, and then had a stencil, really cool stencil with some green, and then really neat way to get the little speckles on there that are two-toned. There's two colors, and the one color is gold, and the other color is the burnt umber. So you can see where the burnt umber showed up in the background here more than the gold did, and then the gold popped on the burnt umber, which is the moose. Same with the bear. These guys are completely sealed with a product I call Crystal Clear, and I'll show you that product. Okay. Crystal Clear, if you're local to me, you can get it at Fred's. This is it right here. It's like $5.99 for this little can, and I was able to use this little can to completely coat twice the moose, the bear, the bicycle, and the little snowman that you can see over here in the background. We did a paint party with the little snowman, and he's pretty cool. Okay. Get my, I'm gonna leave this out. Use some more red. Some more red on there. I'm gonna need it. Here's the gold I'm using. It's Glorious Gold. Okay, it's by Deco Art. It's the Dazzling Metallics. I love metallics. Love metallics. And then the titanium white, excuse me, yes, it's snow, but titanium white by Deco Art Americana. And it's a beautiful white. I use that on my little snowman a lot when I'm doing snowmen. Okay. Let's see. Let's do our tape. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to move my paint brushes. And let's see. I'm just eyeballing this, guys. Doesn't have to be perfect. Not at all. Under. Okay, now that line's going to be a little bit wider, so I add a second piece. Okay. Like I said, I'm just eyeballing it. I like to fold it underneath so it's easy to grab when I'm ready to pull it off. Alright. It'll be really interesting to see if this works out. Because I did not measure. But I think we'll live. Perfect. Now, if this, when I take this off, if this picks up some of that, I can just paint right over it. It shouldn't, but it might. You never know. not good. Wasn't long enough. And you don't want to use two separates if you don't make it long enough. Just make it long enough first time. Alright, let's see. Perfect. Alright. Getting my hands in this red paint. Okay. The reason we don't leave it on very long is because the tape is because it starts to bubble up. So I'm really needing to hurry and paint this. So which is what I think I'm going to do. Go ahead and paint this one. Get it out of the way. Start drying so I can get this tape that's been on there a little bit off. Oh, paint burgers. Always some paint burgers in there. You gotta look for those paint burgers. Get them while you can because you don't want them to dry. As you can see, this doesn't take very long, and you know what? You can still eyeball everything. You don't even have to use the tape. I just wanted to use the tape just to show you, in case you know, maybe you were intimidated by freehanding it. You can even measure it ahead of time if you want, if you're a perfectionist. That I am not. Not on the paintings like this, the whimsicals. Nope. Now, my realism art, that's a whole different ballgame. A lot of studying goes into that. Alright. Leave that there. And back to taping. Now, you can see where it's kind of uneven, and as it dries, we'll add more paint to kind of even it up. Might just make this happen, guys. Okay. I'll shock myself. Alright, let's just fold this puppy up. Okay. Let's go up here. This isn't live, so you guys can't tell me how I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to add some more down here to bring that down a little. I'm going to make it as easy as you can here. Make the lines as straight as possible. Perfect. Love, love, love it. And now make sure all your lines are pressed down. And remember, underneath the blue tape is going to be white canvas. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this bottom one off. And let's see how we did. Nice. I'm gonna grab some baby wipes, guys. I'll be right back. Whew. Baby wipes. I think I'm gonna have to use some tape. Tape up my pads here. Move around on me. Alright. Y'all see that better, maybe? I'll move this stuff down a little. paint. Looks like we got it. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some tape along here. So we can protect the blue. Okay. There we go. Here we go with red. We should finish this up and then it's going to be ready for stenciling. And all kinds of fun stuff. I think I'm getting a bunch of paint burgers in there. Paint burgers is just simply some dried paint. And there's some right there. Pretty cool, huh? If you have something in particular that you would like to have me do a paint party on, please let me know in the comments. And I appreciate you spreading the love. That little button that starts with an S, we're not allowed to say that word. So yeah. Okay. Go. Nice. Hope you all are flying your American flag if you've got one. If you don't, guess what? You seal that with the crystal clear. You'll be able to put this outside. You don't want to put it outside the elements, but you can put it outside on your porch if it's like a covered porch. And that would be good. I love our flag. If you've got any flag stories, let us know. Let us know. All right. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Some more. Finish that last one. And then enough for some touch-ups. On the tip, right on the edge. Make sure you get your corners. Those corners are really tough sometimes. So before you seal it, make sure that, you know, you got everything touched up. Go over the edges one more time. Take a look. So I tell my students, especially my acrylic pour classes, with acrylic pour, those edges can be cantankerous sometimes. Alright. I'm just guessing that I got this. I'll check it out later. And basically we're going to let this dry. And then there will be a part 2. Okay? Alright guys, thanks so much for chiming in. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your support. So throw some reviews in there. This page is just getting started, and my precious son Joseph gave me a review. But, and just share this page. So be ready for part 2, okay? See ya.